start with what you need. You're gonna need a socket wrench with an extension. You're gonna need a 5/8, and it's nice if you have one that has a little bit of a telescoping on it, but you don't really need it. And then you have to have the one that's made for a spark plug. If you go to O'Reilly, AutoZone, they'll know what to hook you up with. So this is number one. Like I said, it's nice to have some give on these, but you don't need it. However, it is nice. Flathead screwdriver, little magnetic grabber, regular 10, and double platinum is what you need for the 01 through 05 Honda Civics. All right, let's get started. First things first, we simply need to pop that off. Very simple. I love Honda Civics. They are very easy to work with. And this is what we're going to be working with right here. Step number 2, grab your 10. And also it's a good idea to have like a little bowl or a Ziploc bag to put these in, but I'm not setting a very good example for you guys. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get those off, but there you go. And then just get the original part off, and then you can just get the rest of it off with your fingers. You probably shouldn't have your engine very hot. Mine's a little hot, but it's not that big of a deal. I think we should be fine here. And then it's also nice to have some gloves so your fingers don't get all messed up. You don't need it though. Okay, let's get these off. I'm just gonna do it in real time to give you guys sort of a feel. And you can also just put your stuff here, just make sure it doesn't slide around. Just to give you guys a feel of how long it takes. And it really shouldn't take more than 5 if you're like a genius at cars. You can go super, super fast. 15 minutes if you're running into some issues, and maybe 20 minutes if you're a super beginner. But really, it's just such a fast fix for your car. It's not gonna be like a Jeep, I'll tell you that much. I actually busted my friend's whole air intake manifold trying to do those spark plugs, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, step 1, we're done with that. Put it back. Now we want to lift these up, and you're going to unplug these. You just kind of pinch them. Yeah, see, like I said, you can run into some issues sometimes. There you go, not too big of a deal. Just pinch it like that. Now, for all of you guys who subscribe to my channel for the music and the live streams, retro gaming, the Honda Civic is going to become more of a mainstay on my channel. See these things? Ooh, wow, I've got some. Ew, it's not a good sign, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's probably the best not to have your engine super warm, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Alrighty, now for this sucker. You're gonna want to put it down there and have it actually lock onto it. Yeah, sometimes it's even better. Just pop this sucker off once you get the original part and just twist it around. I'm not getting a good grab on that. Yeah, I wanted to do the whole process to show you guys. Sometimes you can run into some snags. Now my car is definitely having some issues overall, but this is one that can help when it comes to, this is also where that little grabber comes in.
Actually, this is completely pointless. Once I was done doing all this digging, thinking, oh, why won't these come out? I remembered, hey, dude, don't you remember how long the threads are on these things? And so I could have made this so much faster. I wouldn't have had to speed up this footage if I simply would have just kept spinning. That's not enough spinning there, boy. That is not enough spinning. You really got to spin that sucker. You got to keep it going, and it would have saved me a lot of time. I wouldn't even have had to use that to snag it out. So now you know, just keep it spinning. Don't do what I did. Be better than me. Be better than me, and don't be confused. But hey, check this out. This is actually pretty wild right here when I do get this spark plug out.
Oh, that is bad news. Guys, that is not what you want to see. Yeah, you do not want to see it like that, ladies and gents. You've got a serious issue if that's the case. But the thing about these Honda Civics, a lot of times they'll just run like a champ, even with gasket issues like that. So I might have to cut the video and figure out how to get these little suckers out of here, because normally they just come right on out. That is not the case today, ladies and gents, so I will be right back. Oh, there we go. See how messed up that spark plug is. You do not want your spark plugs to look like this. This is bad news. I don't know when this thing was changed last. This is horrendous, ladies and gents. This thing is cooked to the max. Maximum cookage. It looks like it was in a freaking kiln, dude. So, listen up, guys. You're not only learning how to change spark plugs in a 2001 to 2005 Honda Civic, you're learning how to spot if your car has some serious issues. Come on out here, baby. Come on out here, baby.
See how much time I could have saved simply by just twisting them as much as I should have? That's crazy. Come on, dude. What is I doing? Watch. Try to do this again. You gotta be kidding me. That's not enough. Just twist, twist, twist. Gotta keep twisting. You really gotta keep going. Sometimes it feels like it just goes forever, but just keep twisting it. That's all I'm saying. The great thing about this video is that you can learn from my mistakes. Oh, here we go with the grabber again. Not gonna do anything if you don't twist it enough. I finally took a deep breath, decided I would try it again.
All right, I'm pretty sure the problem is that I'm just not spinning it enough.
Yeah, no duh, bro.
Just keep it spinning for quite some time. Definitely wasn't spinning it enough, but yeah, you see how corroded and everything that is up there? You do not. Yeah, this is, I don't know when this thing was changed last. Should change these every, what, 30 to 60,000 miles, I think. Let me know in the comments. Oh, that is bad news bears, dude. That is bad news bears right there. That should not be covered with oil. Well, you know, we do what we gotta do. We do what we gotta do. At least it's a start. It's a start, ladies and gents. Looks like we have some serious leakage issues inside with the head gasket, or you know, something that's gonna cost a pretty penny. Yeah, dude, these spark plugs are cooked. And like I said, make sure your engine's cold because these are pretty warm. Okay, I'm gonna show you now the difference. And don't ever let your car get like this, guys. Just be good. Just do it the way you're supposed to. So this is a brand new one, right? Do you see the freaking difference here? Can you hear the empty spaces? That's hilarious, dude. That's ridiculous. Yeah, car people are gonna be smashing their keyboards right now. What What's wrong with you? Yeah, I think that's a bigger issue. But however, these Civics can go through the ringer, so hopefully that would have been bad if I... Yeah, and then you can just pop them right in there. Good to go. There's the different categories on YouTube, and I'm gonna categorize this one comedy. This is ridiculous. You really got to spin these things. Oh, there we go. Make it nice and tight. Not too tight, but you want it nice and tight in there.
You really can see how much faster everything is going to go when you just remember, twist it as far as it's supposed to go. Think of that Devo song. Do no 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 no. You must twist it. Twist it good. You know you should. You must twist it.
I think this is going to make a big difference, ladies and gents. I really do. Thanks for coming along with this crazy car adventure. I wonder how many people are watching this at 2x speed right now. But for those of you who are doing this for the first time, you're going to save a lot of money. I spent 34 bucks on these. I looked up online just to see how bad JLube was going to rip people off. Like, I didn't want to get it done there because I know how to do this. And they were going to charge $300. So you can literally get it for a tenth of the price. For almost a tenth of the price just by doing it yourself, and it's super easy. And the thing is too, they have a tool rental program at most auto shops where you can rent the tools if you don't have them. And these are actually really good investments. But yeah, you don't want oil on your socket wrench, but that's all right. And if it's a nice new car, I probably wouldn't, you know, you probably wouldn't want to put all your stuff on top of your car. You'd probably want a little table or something, but heck, this car's gone through the ringer. I love it to death, but I love how it has scratches and dings. That gives it character. But if it's a nicer Honda Civic, just treat it a little bit better. I love Honda Civics because they're like the Energizer Bunny. They just keep going and going and going. Even when they've got some issues like this, they just keep on going. I freaking love this cart. Okay, now we got to take these suckers, pop them back in. Make sure they're nice and snug when you put them down there. These just click right back on. Nice little push down there. But yeah, this is, even if you don't know anything about cars, I'm telling you, this is such an easy fix. Save yourself literally hundreds of dollars. Man, auto shops, they overcharge people. I'm not anti-auto shop because some things, you know, it's a little bit nicer to just go and have it get taken care of for you, but something like this, you can totally do it yourself. Okay, now let's get those finger tight first. So I think my initial estimate of doing it in 5 minutes, like 5 minutes is just, yeah, if you're not having any issues whatsoever and you're just like a madman, super quick. But more likely 10, maybe 30 minutes if you're a very, very beginner. But I think that even with running into that issue where I thought I needed a pair of pliers, which is not true. I just needed to unscrew it more. You should be able to get this thing done lickety split. Make sure you tighten that up. This 10, where did my 10 go? Here. Tighten that up. You don't need it to be too tight, but you also don't want it to be loose. Even with a bunch of people trying to call me right now, you just don't answer the call and you get the job done. Line this sucker up. You see those little lines right there? You get yourself that screwdriver again. So yeah, altogether this took me about 20 minutes because I've been running into some issues. And I was a little bit dumbfounded about a little bit dumbfounded about that oil, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, guys, and that's it. Super easy. Even if you don't know much about cars, you can get this done, save yourself a ton of money. Wear some gloves, because it can get messy, as you saw. All right, guys, have a great one. See you later.